All right. This is Luke here with Kyle,
Hey.
and we're going to be doing our first ever, what we're going to call Playcast of Blueberry Garden.
Sounds
And
delicious.
So basically what we're going to do is just play this game a bit and talk about it, because I think it's actually quite interesting. So let's get started here. Little quick intro. Doesn't really tell us much. So I played this game, I think I've played it through about 3 times now. It's pretty short, and Kyle, you haven't seen anything about this game, is that right?
No, is that a beak or a mustache?
So I think that's up for argument. At first I did think it was a mustache, but I've decided that I'm pretty sure it's a beak because you can fly in this game. And so I feel like the beak is kind of fitting.
It reminds me of Flight of the Conchords album art or something.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so you can see there's a couple little tips, how to walk, how to jump. There's a door here that drops you up here, and then it tells you can fly. So not really much hand-holding or anything. There's some items over here you can pick up, carry around. I don't know. The rocks are just kind of here. This whole game's here for exploration. So the best way I can think of to explain it is it's kind of like a piece of experimental art that is just here for you to take in however you so choose.
Okay.
But it's kind of cool. There's blueberries here. I can eat the blueberries, and I can fly a little bit higher. And I can get hit by blueberries.
Did you just eat the blueberry? Is that why you're blue?
Yeah, I ate it, and now the blue's disappearing. And then I got by this pencil, and this crazy thing happened.
What?
So, that's exactly what I did the first time I played this game. I was just kind of like, what just happened? And now you see the pencil is here, and I'm on top of the pencil. There's also a tomato here.
Okay, this is not this is not heading up right now.
So, tell me what you're thinking, because I was going to say it took me about 20 minutes of just wandering around to actually figure out what just happened while I was playing this.
So, you stand on top of a pencil, and it warps to the middle of the screen with the exclamation point and question mark. And then you stand on top of a tomato? Is that a tomato, I think?
It is. I believe it's a tomato. I suppose it could be a giant cherry. I'm going to go with tomato.
I'm going with tomato, too. This is weird. Okay, so I see the same marking as where they're appearing.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to just wander a bit here, and just anything comes to mind, go for it. I have no idea what these roosters do, to be totally honest with you. There's also that little thing there. Like, I can pick these up. I can't eat these, unfortunately.
Okay.
But I can pick them up and I have them? I don't know. I can go back to the beginning with it. And I don't know. Like I said, this game is nuts. And that is now floating there.
Now, did you just push a button to go back to the beginning, or that just sort of happened?
Yeah, so anywhere you are in this world, the way this world's kind of set up is, like, see this ledge I got down here now?
Yeah.
I kind of can't get back out of it to get back to the beginning. So it is set up at any time I can hold H, and I'll go back home. So here's another strangely random item. It is now up here.
Okay.
So basically the pattern to this is, as you go, you find these crazy items everywhere. And I can't explain them much better than that. And as you get near them, you collect them and they go up on here.
Okay.
But it's actually pretty cool because now I just jump off here and I'm just flying as far as I can. And there's a whole new area up there that I barely missed. So, it's interesting, because now I know that salt shaker's up there. I'm going to grab this blueberry and go back to the beginning. Eat the blueberry and jump this time. So, now I'm flying higher than I did last time, and there's the salt shaker.
So it's pretty much like if Katamari Damacy built a tower instead of a ball.
That's a pretty interesting comparison.
You know, you're going upward rather than large. Yeah.
You're building up, but you're building up so that you can explore out.
Right.
In both directions. You can see there's stuff above me now that I'm not quite to, but, you know, maybe one more item and I'll be there. Or here's a ledge that I just ended up on. And then there's all these crazy items everywhere. No explanation to anything. Like, these in particular, I have not figured out the usefulness of them the whole time I played this game. But that's what they do. When I eat them, they do that. And I use the word eat just because that's what they call the action.
Okay.
I, honest to God, don't know what the purpose of that is. I think I can collect them and, like, knock these branches over. I don't know. Oh, that's an item. I've actually never been able to get that item. And I always accidentally get this book when I'm going for it. But, I mean, that's the gist of the game. And I think it's quite creative, really, in that it offers you virtually no explanation and just kind of throws you out here to explore around.
Yeah, I can see this as almost presenting it as a case as, you know, games as art. It's
absolutely
it very much what are they called? There was one that was released on the PSN like a few weeks ago for, I think it was for $10.
Oh yeah. How fitting.
What was the name of it? You know what it wasn't really, it was like an artscaper, an interactive art scene. You know what I'm talking about? It was just using the motion control, or the 6-axis controls, like you would twist things and rewind the video.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds like we're getting into like the flower gaming or did Flow play like that? You played Flow, right? I didn't play Flow.
I did. I do have Flow. No, but it wasn't a game though. It was like this 5-minute movie where you would watch it and then you'd interact with it and then change the path of how you were interacting with
Interesting.
the scene.
Huh.
It's called like Shadow something. Ugh.
Hopefully someone listening to this knows what we're talking about and they're like, these people are idiots.
They never know what I'm talking about. It's just a bunch of gibberish.
Credibility gone. Is a top hat. I don't know. I don't want to explore too much because I don't want to spoil this for people, but there's a ton of stuff out here. There's stuff that in like the 3 hours I've spent wandering this world, eating blueberries and jumping off these endlessly building tower, that I see stuff still, like I go far to the left, run into a wall, and there's just stuff on the other side that I can't fathom how to get to.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead. Here's my verdict.
All right.
It's a beak.
Okay.
It has to be a beak. I see a beak, and that's what it is.
All right, so he has a beak. Here's some onions.
What?
So check this out. I eat this onion and watch the floor.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
What?
I couldn't tell you.
See, and I think that's what makes this interesting, is that you have these different objects that, you know, have different properties when consumed or interacted with, and it's up to you to figure out how they might interact with each other.
Yes.
So really weird.
Yeah. There's one other aspect of this game. If you see this water now, it's slowly rising up.
Oh,
so
wow.
There is a time limit, and I will drown if I go under here.
Okay.
And there's a piece of cheese, one of the things I've never figured out how to get. So there's an item, of course, you can eat. I won't spoil what it is, that will give you an air bubble and let you live underwater until that item runs out.
Okay.
So there is a way to explore underwater, though this water will endlessly rise up from now until I drown in it at the top of my tower, basically.
Crazy.
So figuring out how to stop that water is kind of the main goal of the game, I guess I figured out.
Okay.
Though I just don't think there's anything more to it than that. The bulk of the game is this exploration, trying to find these items and just wander around. I don't know. So, verdict, he has a beak, and this game is art, I guess. I don't want to get in trouble for saying that.
I said it.
You said it, yeah. There's some cherries up there. There's a moose somewhere. I found like these moose type things. They were pretty crazy. I don't remember where they were. I think I only found them once. I don't know. I wish there was an explanation somewhere for what this was. Like, what all these items actually did in the sense of how you could use them to your advantage, I guess.
Okay.
Because even experimenting around, like, this is altering the ground. The trees are getting messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But why? What do I do with it?
Well, I think that's also part of the fun, right? I mean, trying to explore why they might have these behaviors. Yeah, this is getting all sorts of weird. What is...
Yeah. See? Just like morphing the ground around.
Huh.
I mean, maybe like if I use all these cherries on the ground, am I going to reach some unforeseen place up in the sky?
Yeah.
But I guess my problem is I don't want to sit here and do that. Like, I've had a lot of fun figuring all this out for the first time.
Yeah.
But now when that water level gets to the top and I know I have to collect those 8 items I grabbed in the last 10 minutes again to be able to progress after that, I don't want to do it anymore.
Interesting. So the water...
Yeah.
The water doesn't have any physical properties, like, it's just a straight line that just keeps rising. It's not like it, contours to the landscape around it, right?
No, it's just it's a flood. It's basically a flood.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's different.
Interesting. So this game's $10.
This game is actually $5 if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
And there's definitely a certain crowd that's going to enjoy this game.
Would you say it's gift worthy? I was going to ask if it was mom worthy, but I don't know if many moms would like this. But would you say it's gift worthy? Like, if you gifted it to somebody, would they enjoy it?
No. I think that if you're going to enjoy this game, by looking at it, you're going to enjoy it.
Okay.
I think you have to look at it and say, that looks interesting, I want to find out what that's about. And that is exactly what you will spend your time doing if you have this game. Okay. Finding out what it's about, not so much playing it.
Alright, fair enough. I mean, it's not, it's not a negative thing, it's just...
No, not at all. No, and like I said, I had a blast with it. The first time I opened it up, I looked at it just like you did, and I went, what is going on here? And slowly but surely, I made my way up these items. The effects are cool in the way that it, like, what's that called? Like, melts the screen and takes you back to the beginning.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It's experimental. It's interesting. It's not for everybody. Not your normal adventure game by any means.
Now, are you getting closer to that landmass there, or...?
I was. By just building those cherries up while we talked. But I don't know what that means as far as anything goes. I guess I could jump off it and go over here. I know there's an item down the middle of that thing.
Oh, that floor looks like it'll hurt you.
It doesn't really hurt you, but you can't, like, stand on it. It's like the vines knock you down. Oh, there's a stream of water. That's probably the source of the water. I'll probably drown if I go down here, but I'm going to do it anyways. Yeah. There's probably an item down here. Yep, there's a tomato.
Oh?
Yeah. So...
Did you get it?
No, I didn't. I died before I got it. But I have a nice tower going on here, I think.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to stop playing around, but I think we both come to an agreement. It's a beak, and it's intriguing.
Yeah. I'd definitely give it $5. I mean, I'd definitely try it out for a few.
Yeah. If you're bored, looking for something to entertain some time, I think I've spent about 3 or 4 hours with it. Entertained for most of it.
Cool. And you've written a review for this?
There is a review up for this.
Awesome.
I don't know the URL offhand, but Blueberry Garden, you can't miss it. Reviewed on $10 Gaming, and I think that's about all we have to say about it as far as this first Playcast goes.
Looks great.
All right. Well, Kyle, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
And that's that. Take it easy.
You too.
Okay.